Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nandita Nasir and my metric number is A20822223. I'm going to present the introduction of our literature review. To design a project of material scarcity to have a better performance in the supply chain and to contribute to economy and social advantage, it is therefore predict with sustainable supply chain performance (SSCP) since the COVID-19 epidemic happened around the world, especially in Malaysia. The matter of inequity and excessive consumption has taken on critical importance. According to Mani and Gunasaran 2018, the supply chains need to be properly looked into in order to address the issue of material shortage, be ecologically friendly, and retain a commitment to resource. Therefore, the goal of this study is to clarify how the success of sustainable supply chain is evaluated in terms of material structural scarce resource in Malaysia. Due to a lack of resource, this study will delve into detail about how SSCP has affected Malaysia's environment, economy and society.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Suela binti Marusili. My metric number is A20A1996. Now, I want to present about research question. There are 3 research questions from this article review. First, what is the SSCP level in material deficiency sources? Second, what are the implications of structural scarcity for companies in terms of sustainable supply chain performance? And last but not least, what is the environmental, economic and social impact of material scarcity resources in SSCP in Malaysia?
My name is Fatina Jafatia binti Abdullah and my metric number is A20A1343. Now I will continue talk about the research objective. In this study, it shows some of the main objectives to make an evaluation on material structure scarcity resource towards sustainable supply chain performance in Malaysia. They have 3 objectives, and the first is to investigate the level of SSCP in material deficiency source. Second is to explore the implication of resource scarcity for companies in structure scarcity towards sustainable supply chain performance, and lastly is to investigate the environmental, economic and social impact of the resource shortage in SSCP in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Raika binti Abdul Malik. Number metric is A20A2097. Now, I will continue to the next part, which is problem statement of the research. Okay, problem statement can be linked to more detailed information related to the issue being discussed. Supply chain performance related to the supply chain activities that involve various processes that need to be emphasized to provide encouraging performance. There has been a significant increase in inequality and sustained use of the supply and demand for resources. The problems in terms of population growth will cause an increase in demand, resulting in the use of various supplies. The difference that exists are not easy to overcome. The process and all requirements will increase compared before the existence of this pandemic. The reduction in raw material supply in this pandemic situation will indeed affect all operation, especially in manufacturing sector.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Noziah binti Harun. My matrix number is A20A1647. Today, I want to present about the focus of the research. Our research will initially focus on the level of sustainable supply chain performance SSCP in material scarcity sources. The majority of economists assume that there may not be a short-term recovery in business activity. This is due to how slowly economic activity can return to normal. It is important to act proactively to address future resource shortages before they have an impact. In addition, the aim of our research is to examine how a company's lack of resources can affect its performance in a sustainable supply chain. We still focus on customers' needs in new situations that may have changed in meeting demand. Organizations that define a sustainable supply chain aim to protect it from scarcity trapped by increasing financial value for suppliers and customers across multiple company objectives. Next, we focus on the environmental, economic, and social impacts of SSCP in Malaysia due to large resources. In this regard, the supply chains must close the loop in terms of long-term environmental, economic, and social conservations to support conservable material resources.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nina Fizatishaira binti Musafa. My metric number is A20A1593. Today, I will present about the 6.0 significance of the research and 7.0 the hypothesis of the research. The significance of the research is based on the activities in the supply chain that refer to the supply chain performance. Through the research of this study, the initiative from Sustainable Supply Chain Performance (SSCP) to overcome the problem of a lack of materials in the supply chain to ensure good performance, where it will contribute to the economy and society of the country. Next, SSCP also needs to know about the importance of supply chain performance, where it affects aspect of sales, employees, business, and also customer satisfaction. Next, in addition, exploring the impact of structurally scarce corporate material resource scarcity on sustainable supply chains. Last but not least is after research was done, there were several respondents who were among the managers that ensuring that supply chain deficiencies can be overcome. Next part is 7.0, the hypothesis of the research. Based on the research article, it discussed about the most important sustainability issues, declining raw material supply, pandemic triggers, manufacturing operation and process. In the theoretical framework, the initial hypothesis that is done is the relationship that is done between sustainable supply chains performance. The hypothesis is confirmed again reflect ecological, economic, and social complementarity as a list of a new measure variables. Therefore, organizations should work together to share the benefits to achieve sustainable supply chain performance, implement and deliver with other organizations SSCP concept by industry in Malaysia commercial terms. Thank you.
Okay, next, the methodology of the research. Only quantitative research methods are used in this case study. Research using quantitative method focus on predictions and numerical data. We use materials, measurements, and data analysis in this quantitative approach. We were able to collect data from sample, size, and procedures using material methods. A pilot test of the measurement technique was carried out in this study in the meantime. Data analysis aims to spirit information from various sources. It is gathered from the areas of sustainable supply chain performance and the cause of material structural shortage. As a result, a quantitative survey uses a questionnaire as its structure to collect data and look for changes in that data over time.
Then, about findings or results of the research. It divides into two parts. The first result about exploratory factors analysis to identify sources of material structural issues. This investigation various factors have been divided into several more specific categories. This analysis, driven by the structural scarcity issue, which related to the environmental legislation, demand and will have an impact on supply chain operations. From the results, it revealed the greatest factor, which is 0.897. The second highest scarcity structure is material scarcity with result 0.750. Followed by the third is cost cutting with 0.740. Future legislative demands are expected to focus the issue with various results. Second part is exploratory factor analysis to improve the performance of sustainable supply chain. Based on result, it can be identified the source of the lagged material structure has an advantage. However, the results show three different factors for the consequent aspect. McKinsey conduct the issue of materials shortage in supply chain sustainability management. Possible outcomes can be classified as economic, environmental, and social effects. Very mass rotation results were used to confirm that a density construct for supply chain performance. The items that have been intended are environment, a significant reduction in energy consumption, and others.
Among the implications that can be obtained is that the lack of material structure has the positive effect on sustainable supply chains performance. This can be seen specifically from an economic and social perspective, supporting knowledge that project business advantage to have a significant impact on sustainable supply chains performance. Therefore, among the methods that can be applied is that organization must work together to deliver the concept of SSCP across industry in Malaysia and share the benefit of sustainable supply chain performance with other organizations. In addition, future research using the concept and result are also implications. Concept and findings can be applied to future study with the aim of creating a comprehensive conceptualization of material structure. In addition, despite the fact that results have improved, but to improve the ensure the capacity of material shortage in sustainable inventory management, future research need to focus more on shortage caused by demand and supply chain in the context of the impact of sustainability on organization implementation.
Now, for the recommendation or limitation and future study, these limitations have several shortcomings that make it difficult for researchers to conduct research and obtain data. First, this study only focuses on a specific research method, which is the quantitative method. They collect data using surveys and questionnaires only. The survey and questionnaire were made to 101 respondents from Johor Bahru in the field of manufacturing. From this survey, it is possible that not all respondents will give the results of the entire population. So this is a weakness of the study that will make it difficult for the researcher to review the article. Furthermore, the sample data analysis provided is not clear and not overly detailed because the explanation is only in the form of data samples and tables. The research data samples are less clear. It is insufficient as valid data for the study. As a recommendation, this study should employ a variety of research methods because they can provide opportunities and advantage to the research when conducting a review and subsequent review to obtain additional information and make it easier for others to review the article. The study may need to conduct an interview session.
The last one is conclusion. The study show how corporate operation, integration, and the creation of strategy for addressing material shortage in line with supply and demand in Malaysia enable action. In addition, a shortage of a resource shouldn't be a hindrance to a business ability to function. Rather, it may be advantageous for owner to look for ways to develop their current product in order to reduce costs and solve the issue of a lack of sustainable raw material supplies. According to the finding of this study, the performance of a Malaysian supply chain will be impacted by the firm absence of a material structure. For Malaysian organization and intellectual to effectively handle the issue, determining the direct influence on it will be useful. Determining the direct influence on this issue will be valuable to Malaysian organization and intellectual as they attempt to address the issue of resource scarcity by using SSCP as one of the methods to address the issue of resource or material scarcity in the sector. Therefore, in order to fulfill resource shortage and the demand for product and service, the future researcher must attempt to comprehend and utilize SSCP. Thank you.